こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. I'm going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
すっごいなあ。出た、山崎の必殺技。
山崎面白がってすぐ嘘教えるから。
嘘だって普通聞いたらすぐわかる嘘なんだけどね。
Let's see. Usot tate. Something. Kitara. Sugu. Wakaru. Uso. Nanda kedo. Ne. That kanji looks. Oh yeah. Su. Suyu, or let's see.
面白がってすぐ嘘教えるから。
嘘だって普通聞いたらすぐわ。
Oh, futsu. Futsu? Let's see, okay. I think that's the kanji for ordinarily or something. So let's see. As for. Let's see. Let's see, maybe that's a contraction of ita at the beginning. So lie existing, and then sute, maybe that's a casual topic marker. So talking about lies existing. Ordinary, when heard, uh, soonly, let's see, understands it's a lie. So shortly understands its lies. In other words, normally when the lie is, ordinarily when the lie is heard, people understand it's a lie. But futsu, normal ordinarily, kita sugu, immediately, wakaru uso, nanda kedo. Please explain the grammar of. Let's see. Usot tate. Usot tate is a colloquial contraction of uso o sui tate, which combines uso o wo suku to lie with the grammatical structure of tate. Okay, so uso suku is so it's not from the verb iru, it's another verb. So uso wo suku, the dictionary form of the verb to lie, and then tate, the te form of the verb followed by the particle to. Okay, so that's the casual quoting particle in that case. But then again, that's how they do. Then again, that is how they also do wa, but I guess. So uso wo sui tote, or let's see. Okay, so uso o sui tote o sui tete in cash. Okay, contraction. Uso o suite plus sute is usotate. Okay, this is a common spoken contraction where the su sound is dropped or stimulated for flow. Okay. The structure of the verb te form. The structure of the verb te form plus sute or tote is a colloquial contraction of temo. Okay. Even okay, full sentence. See, usotate futsu kitara sugu wakaru uso nanda kedo ne. So usotate, even if you lie, or even if you tell a lie. Futsu, normally. Kitara, if you ask, conditional form of kiku, or in this case, it's probably better translated as when. Wait, if you ask, isn't it better to translate that as if you, when you say, or if you say? Let's see, sugu, immediately. Okay, wakaru, understand, realize. So, uso nan dakedo, it's a lie, or it's just a lie, you know, okay. So even if you lie, you realize immediately. If you ask normally, it's just a lie, you know. Wait, what? The speaker is implying that a lie is so obvious or poorly constructed that it will be detected instantly upon questioning, regardless of the attempt to deceive. That's what the translator has to say about that. I think I liked my translation better. Let's see. Even though it's a lie, it's the kind of lie you usually spot right away if you heard it. In this sentence is the usotate from uso suita sute oh no, I said that. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, uso suita. So suku. Let's see. Yes, you're correct. The usotate is a colloquial contraction of uso uh suitate, which itself is shortened from uso wo suitate. Let's see. Here's the past tense. Here's the suku used here from the suku. I bet the word lie is mentioned here somewhere. Okay, I guess not. Is the suku used here from this suku? No, the suku in this phrase is not from that suku to attach sticks. It comes from this suku. To prick, to stab, to poke, to prod, to push, to thrust, to nudge, to use a cane, to put oneself to attack, to brave. So to tell a lie is literally to thrust a lie. Oh, okay. That's weird. Why does this kanji get used in the dictionary though? Tell a lie. Let's see. It is not this. You are absolutely correct, and I apologize for the error in my previous response. The suku in uso suku is indeed that suku, to spit out vomit, not to thrust. Literally, to spit out a lie, or that suku, implies expelling something from the mouth. So suku, to breathe out, to tell a lie, to vomit, to throw up. Basically, has all the usage of things leaving the mouth, whether it's vomit, a breath, or a lie. So, usotate, futs, futsu, yeah. Usotate, futsu kitara sugu wakaru uso nanda kedo ne. So, normally, when they say a lie, or let's see, or hear a lie, they immediately understand it's a lie, but what does the translator like to put it? Even though it's a lie, it's the kind of lie you usually spot right away if you heard it. Oh, I see. Okay, so even though it's a lie, it's from the first part. The first part of this clause is just saying it's a lie. Wait, let's see. Let's see. In the part of blah is the suke from Toyu. Let's see, a casual wa or what? Let's see, in the phrase usotate, the sute is not from toiyu and is not the casual wa. It is a colloquial contraction of the particle to following the past tense auxiliary verb ta. Here's the breakdown. So, uso o suita plus to, meaning even if subject lied. Oh, okay, so it's just the with to being used with it. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. So, and they're using the exclusive and with this, which is one way of doing logical statements of saying with this comes that, and it's exclusively that, essentially. So hence why you have it denotes logic of if this then that, since it's saying those two things go together. So with the lie, ordinarily, it's the type of lie you immediately recognize as a lie. So, uso tate, futsu kitara sugu wakaru uso nanda kedo ne.
教えるから嘘だって普通聞いたらすぐわかる嘘なんだけどねたまに騙されるやついるんだよな
たまに、騙されるやついるんだよな。So, tama. Isn't that spear? I've heard a circle being used to mean completely, but spear? Ball, spear, glowed, or... So, tamani, tamasareru, so tamasu. To trick, to cheat, to deceive, transitive. So, damasu, so, damasareru, so received tricking, so received tricking person. So, irundayo, so received tricking person exists. And tama, there are still some people who get fooled by it every now and then. Please explain the grammar of... Okay, the sentence tamani damasareru yatsu irunda yona is a casual conversational Japanese phrase that translates roughly to, man, there are some people who get scammed every now and then, huh? Well, you know, there are guys who occasionally get tricked. It expresses an observation about human nature, often with a tone of resignation, empathy, or slight criticism. Tamani, an adverb meaning occasionally, or once in a while. Okay, I understand the rest. Let's see. Na, a sentence in particle expression motion such as sign, agreement, or deep realization. Tamani indicates frequency. It suggests that the action happens infrequently but does occur from time to time. It modifies the verb that follows. In this context, it sets a time frame for the deception. It's not happening constantly, but it's a recurring phenomenon. Well, tokidoki sometimes, while similar to tokidoki sometimes, tamani often carries a nuance of something happening rarely or as an exception to the norm. How does the the word for sphere end up meaning rarely. Oh, it's a different kanji than the word for spear. The word tamani is historically derived from tama, which means spear, ball, jewel, or bead. As in, you may recognize the word tama from Shiko no Tama. Wait a moment, Shiko no Tama. Cone. Yang energy spirits. So Shiko no Tama was translated into English, Jewel of the Four Souls, or more literally, Spear of the Four Yang spirits, because she is four. So what's the kanji for that? That is that kanji right here. Yang energy spirit. So four Yang energy spirits, spear, or Shiko no Tama. Anyway, back to the explanation. Let's see. Tamani historically derived from the noun tama, which means spear, ball, jewel, bead, combined with ni, which marks the target location or frequency. Prevalent etymology theory suggests a visual metaphor. Tama, spear, bead, image beads on a string, or points on a timeline. Particle ni indicates specific location. Metaphor. Events do not occur continuously like a solid line. They happen only at specific points or beads scattered along the timeline. Therefore, Tama originally conveyed the idea of something happening only a few points or here and there like scattered beads rather than continuously. Over time, the specific imagery of scattered points in time generalized to mean infrequently or once in a while. So, tama ni damasareru yatsu. たまに騙されるやついるんだよな. So, rarely deceived guys exist. In other words, there are some people that still get deceived. Or on rare occasions, there are people that get deceived.
Usouなんだけどね。たまに騙されるやついるんだよな。
やる気になってる怠け者見られるかな。
やる気やる気なやる気になってる怠け者. Yeah, Nemakimon is sloth. 見られるかな. So, let's see. I believe that's from Midu. So, receive looking. So, let's see. Yaru key, that's like to do, and then mind, which has a meaning of will. So not teru. So in this continuous state of becoming. In other words, when someone's in the mind of having a will for something. So in other words, when the sloth, uh, is willing, let's see, to receive seen. I think he's trying to say, I wonder if I can see when the sloth wants to move. I think he's saying something like that. Let's see, to be seen. Is mirareru its own word or the passive word of miru? Mirareru is primarily the passive form of miru. It is also used as a potential form in can see. Oh, that's right. It could be potential. That's right. Yeah. As the two conjugations are identical, to be seen or was seen. Context determines which meaning is intended. See, miru versus mieru versus mirareru versus mierareru. Mieru is more specifically the state of being able to see. Mirareru and mieru may seem interchangeable, but there's a difference lies in transitive and intransitive. In that miru is when you can look at something out of volition, whereas mieru is being able to choose to see it in the first foot. Had something out of volition. Let's see. Miru is when you can look at something out of volition, whereas mieru is being able to choose to see in the first place. Let's see. So mie nai hito versus mirare nai. See, mie nai hito would like you said refer to people who don't have the ability to see, while mirare nai would refer to while having the ability to see, you can't see or look at the specific object. Mieru. To be seen, to be visible, intransitive. So mie nai hito would, like you said, refer to people who don't have the ability to see. I'm not sure. There's a lot of confusion with the nuance of those words. Okay, so I think this is potential. So, mirareru kana. So, able to see the sloth when it has the will. So, I wonder if I'll be able to see the sloth when it has the will. See, mirareru would refer to people who are being seen. It corresponds to the passive form. This opens another can of worms of Ichidan, verb showing forms for its potential and passive form. Okay. Please explain the grammar of this. Let's see. It can be translated as, I wonder if I can see a procrastinator who's gotten motivated, or can I see a lazy person who suddenly becomes motivated? Let's see. Yaruki, noun meaning motivation, or will to do something. Naru, becoming. Ni, okay. Resultant of a change of state. Okay, so yaru ki ni naru, to become motivated. Te form of the verb naru is used here to connect the auxiliary verb iru. Auxiliary verb iru indicating a continuous state. So in this context, indicates a state of being rather than an ongoing action. Okay, so yaru ki ni natteru, and the state of being motivated, or has become motivated. Okay. Nama kimon. Okay, oh, that's why they think it's lazy person. They're confusing the word for sloth, which I guess gets used to mean lazy person. Is a sloth. Is the animal sloth. It is not being used as a metaphor here. See, Nama Kimon. When written in katakana, the word specifically refers to the animal sloth. Distinguish it from the general term for a lazy person. Let's see, miru, to see, to look at. Arareru, potential form. Can't see, able to see. See, what does this mean now that you know it is a sloth? Yaruki ni natteru nama kimon mirareru kana? Okay. I think it's just having trouble. Let's see what this one says. See, I wonder if I'll get to see a sloth that's actually motivated. Or, yaruki ni natteru, namakemon mirareru kana?
いるんだよな。
やる気になってる怠け者見られるかな。
見られるといいね。
見られるといいね。Let's see. Saying a phrase with that is good. It's a way of saying you should. So in other words, you should be able to, I think he's trying to say. 見られるといいね。Well, let's see. I hope so. Oh, that's right. If it was like that past tense was. That's right. You're not using that past tense one of saying. So it's not saying should. You're just saying it would be good if you can. So in other words, I hope so. Okay. Let's see. What was that way of saying should? How do you say you should do something in Japanese? I think the grammar's slightly different for that. Okay, so saying something followed by ho ga ii desu. In other words, some way is good as a way of you should say do something, okay? But when you're just saying with that happening is good, you're just saying I hope so, okay? So 見られるといいね。
怠け者見られるかな。
見られるといいね。
よし。ねえねえ、ここのゾウさんたちいろいろ芸とかできるんだって。
ねえねえ。ここのゾウさんたち、いろいろ something とかできるんだって。So the elephants that are here, different type of いろいろ okay. Various let's see, gay art, craft, accomplishment, artistic, skill, technique. Ueru. Maybe it's just talking something about art here. So about the elephants here, there's various art that Dekido able to. できるんだって。So we're able to do various of the of the elephants here. We're able to do various arts, and then I think the sute. Let's see. Please explain the grammar of. Oh, tricks is what they're trying to say, not art, but tricks. Oh, so techniques, performance. Let's talk about that definition, okay. So, hey, as for the elephants here, they're able to do various tricks along with other things. Let's see, gei is short for geito or kyokugei, meaning trick, feat, or performance. In this context, it refers to animal tricks. So they're saying it's a shortened version of either this word. Performance tricks, feat, stunts, or say technique and then hit. Okay. Appropriate. Okay. And then or this word. Kyokugei. Acrobatics, aerobatic performance, stunts. So wait, that's right. What's the suta at the end mean? Sute. See, sute, a casual sentence ending particle indicating hearsay. It is shortened form of soda or toyu koto desu. So, yes, or so said thing. To be a said thing. AKA, I heard that. Or that said. See, therefore, dekiru nate translates to I heard that they can actually do it. Or apparently they're able to do it. Okay. So the sute here is. So we found another use for sute. Okay. So it can either mean soda or toyu koto desu. So, ne, kono zo, okay, ne, kono, okay, ne, koko no zo-san tachi iro ge toka dekiru n datte.
ねえねえ、ここのゾウさんたちいろいろ芸とかできるんだって。人間の言葉少しだけならわかるって。
Ningen no kotoba, skoshi, ningen no kotoba 少し、だ、だけ、人間の言葉、so, human word, let's see, 少しだけ, so a little limit, nara if, わかるって、oh, oh, if it's a, if, if it's limited to a few human words, uh, able to understand. In other words, they're saying the elephants understand a few human words. So 人間の言葉少しだけならわかるって。Let's see, and this sute at the end is probably also another casual hearsay. Please explain the grammar of this. Of few human, if it's a few human words limits, what okay. Okay. They can understand a little bit of human language. Let's see. The sentence describes an entity limited its ability to comprehend human speech. The phrase "skoshi dake nara" sets a condition meaning if it's only a little bit, implying that while full fluency is impossible, partial understanding exists. The core assertion is that the subject wakarus or to understands under the specific conditions. Particle sute at the end of the sentence serve as a casual quotation marker. It is a short for toiteru or da so des. It indicates the speaker is quoting someone else, relating hearsay or emphasizing a previously mentioned topic. So, 人間の言葉少しだけならわかるって。
ねえねえ、ここのゾウさんたちいろいろゲートができるんだって。人間の言葉少しだけならわかるって。私テレビで見たことある。
私テレビで見たことある。So, as for I, using the method of the television, saw having a thing. I think she's trying to say I saw that in the television. I saw that from watching TV. So what 私テレビで見たことある。I've seen it on TV. 私テレビで見たことある。
いろいろゲートができるんだって。人間の言葉少しだけならわかるって。私テレビで見たことある。それ私も見た。
それ私も見た。As for that, I also saw it. それは私も見た。
私テレビで見たことある。それ私も見た。飼育係さんの号令で逆立ちしたりするの。
飼育係さんの号令。Let's see, nickname, number, item. Yeah, that's the kanji used for numbering things like Android 18. Then order laws, okay. So order, especially the number of people command. Ritual of bowing at the start and end of a school, okay. So number and order makes... So gore... これで逆立ち handstanding, handstand, being upside down, being in reverse. So inverted plus standing, hence becomes a handstand when you... Yeah, that comes from tatsu, which is to stand, but it becomes datsu because of the 10-10 rule. Or Daku 10 rule, whatever you want to call it. To stand and transitive. So standing and then let's see, Saka. Yeah, figures. Okay, it's pronounced Gyaku by itself, reverse opposite, but as part of this word it's pronounced Saka. Sakadachi, handstand, okay. Sakadachi shi, tari suru, so tari. Oh, maybe this is supposed to be from sudo, so this is sudo in its tari form. So they're doing tari listing, but since this is a keiyodoshi or okay, it's just a sudo verb, it's not a keiyodoshi, okay. But since it's a sudo verb, well basically a meishi or a noun, they have to combine it with sudo to talk about the actual action of doing it, and then when they want to list it as one of many things, they put the sudo in its tari form, which is shitari. And then tari form listing is ended with sudo. So doing things like handstanding. Okay, so let's see. Shiiku, breeding, raising, rearing, keeping. Kakari, charge, duty, person in charge. Charge, duty, person in charge, official clerk. So kakari or gakari. So in this case we have shiku agakari. So in other words, the trainer or the person rearing them or keeping the elephants. So this is the rearing person essentially, or the training person. So shiku gakari. So shiku gakari san no. So the command from the person training them or rearing them. They can do things like handstands. Let's see. They do things like stand on their heads when the keeper gives the command. Let's see, why is de used there? In this statement, why is de used? See, while de often denotes location or cause, here it functions similarly to by means or under. Subject performs the action using the command as the trigger or method. This usage connects the phrase gore to the verb suru, specifying that the instrument or condition that enables the action. So it answers the how or by what means the handstand is done. So by the means of being given the command from the trainer, they do a handstand. So Shigakari-san no gore Okay, so konnichiwa, Rana, genki desu ka? Is this supposed to be seen as a meaning like, see, is this the supposed to be seen as a meaning like kata, or is it used as means? The de in this sentence is primarily used to indicate means or instrument, not cause, which is closer to kata. Means versus cause. Here, de marks the tool or trigger used to perform the action. Okay, so just like you can have a means of actually doing something like riding the train, using the train, the trigger can also be seen as a means because it's the trigger for something. It can be seen as like a tool to do something, just like a tool for riding the train. The train's a tool for riding the train. So, gore. Order, okay. So the command gore is the method by which the handstand is initiated. It's translated by means of command or at the command. Example, busu de iku, go by bus. Gore de. Let's see. Gore de. Gore de sakadachi suru. Do a handstand by or at the command. Cause, reason. While de indicates kaze de yasumu, rest due to cold, the usage typically implies an unavoidable situational or natural result. A command is an active signal, not an uncontrollable force, so interpreting it as because of the command is less accurate than using the command as a cue. Why not kata? Kata generally marks a starting point, time, location, or a subjective reason. Because using kata, gore, gore would imply the handstand starts from the moment of the command, temporal, or is done because of the command reason, but it lacks the nuance of the command being the instrumental trigger or signal for the action. De is the standard particle for making the signal or cue that triggers an action in response to an authority or system. Let's see. Aizu, signal sign cue. So aizu de hajimeru, start at the signal. So shiku gakari. Actually, is that the pronunciation? This dictionary was having trouble. Actually, let's just listen how they pronounce it.
私も見た。飼育係さんのゴー
Yeah, shiku gakari-san. So, shiku gakari-san, gore de sakadachi shitari suru no. Or at the command of the trainers, they do a handstand.
テレビで見たことある。それ私も見た。飼育係さんの号令で逆立ちしたりするの。
すっごく力持ちなゾウさんで、
Sugoku chikara machi na uzo-sande. So yes, extreme. They possess an extreme. So yes. So okay. Let's see. They're not saying the elephants possess a strange power. They're saying this they're not saying the elephants possess a strange power. They're saying the extremely strong elephants. Not saying so. They're not saying the elephants are extremely strong. They're saying the extremely strong elephants. Okay, so un sugoku chikara machi na zo-sande. So yes, the extremely strong elephants, and then the sentence is going to continue from there.
うん、すっごく力持ちなゾウさんで綱引きとかもしてたよね。
Tsunahiki, tug of war. Yeah, hiku is to pull. Let's see, class genius rope cord cable. So pulling rope, aka tug of war. Okay. Tsunahiki. I wonder if Tsunahiku is to pull a rope. Tsunahiki is like a noun form. Oh, it's not even considered a combined word. Tsunahiki. Let's see. Tsunahiki toka mo shiteta yo ne. So, the extremely strong elephant, then dad, that's usually method, cause. Oh. So the extremely strong elephant is used to do things, it does things like tug of war, I think is what she's trying to say. Yeah, so super strong elephants, they even did a tug of war. Let's see. And in this sentence, why is de used? I think it's because they're talking about like using the elephants, basically talking about activities that elephants do. Let's see, the de is not the particle indicating location or means, but rather the te form of the copular da. Oh, okay. The usage functions to connect sentences or list reasons, attributes similar to conjunctions and or because. It links the description of the elephant being strong with the subsequent action of Tsunahiki or tug of war. So Tsunahiki Tokamosh Shiteta Yone did a tug of war and other things. It implies a casual and explanatory nuance because he is a strong elephant. He did tug of war, simply listing attributes. He's a strong elephant and also did tug of war. This is the same day found in sentences like Watashi wa gakusei de anata wa kaisha in desu. I am a student and you are an office worker. Oh, 会社員です not in, but in. 会社員です Okay, so this is just the connected form of da. So, sugoku chikara machi na zo-san de sunahiki toka mo shiteta yone. So, they're strong elephants. They do things like they've done things like tug of war. Oh, so yes, they're extremely strong elephants. They've done things like tug of war or sugoku chikara mochi na zo sande. See, sunahiki toka mo shiteta yone.
すっごく力持ちなゾウさんで綱引きとかもしてたよね。
すごいんだよね。
So sugoin da yone. That's right. Uh, um, uh, that's right. It's amazing.
持ちなゾウさんで綱引きとかもしてたよね。
すごいんだよね。
あ、そうだ、観察。綱引きとかもしてたよね。
すごいんだよね。
あ、そうだ、観察しなくっちゃ。
Soda kazu shinakcha. See, this is shina. This is from suru to shinai, then to shinakute, and then sunakute. I think this. Oh yeah, this cha is probably supposed to be from tewa substitution. No, it's a suit cha though. Kansatsu, observation, survey, watching. So outlook, look, appearance, and then guess, presume, surmise, judge, understand. So kansatsu, observation. See, let's see. So does like that's right, as if you just realized something. Please explain the grammar of Shina Kukcha. This is a contraction of Shina Kutewa Ikenai, or Shina Kya Ikenai. Shina Kucha is the contraction of Shina Kutewa Ikenai. So that's right. We have to observe. Since okay. let's see, what? Why is it Shinakucha and not Shinakucha? Actually, Shinakucha is simply a further colloquial contraction of Shina Kucha. They mean exactly the same thing, but Shinakucha adds an extra su to emphasize the cutoff feeling or urgency. Okay, so it's a way to make it more emphatic. That seems to be the general trend, adding that double consonant sound to make something sound more emphatic, whether it's oki to oki or sugoi to sugoku. No, sugoi. Let's see, sugoi one. Let's see. Sugoki. Yeah, sugoki versus sugoi. Essentially, there's a lot of double consonants used to make things more emphatic, okay? Let's see, they mean the same thing, but the Shinakucha adds an extra small su to emphasize cutoff feeling or urgency. Okay, so what's this saying is that, so as for not doing observations, they say ikanai, but I think naranai is probably a better word for this. Let's see. Wouldn't naranai make more sense because it is a school required observation? You're absolutely correct. Naranai is the grammatical root for formal obligations like school requirements. The full phrase is Kansatsu Shinakucha. See, full phrase Kansatsu Shinakereba Naranai, which literally means if I don't observe it will not do, implying that a rule or external requirement. So see, even though the source of the obligation is a school requirement external, the grammar reflects the speaker's internal reaction to remembering it. See, when a speaker suddenly remembers a task, they almost always use the casual nakucha to express the immediate urge to act. Using the formal naranai would sound unnatural as the speaker is coldly reciting a rulebook rather than reacting to a sudden thought. So is Shinakucha short for Shinakucha Naranai? Or is it short for Shinakucha Ikenai? Shinakucha is technically a contraction of Shinakucha, which itself is a contraction of Shinakute wa Ikenai, or Shinakute wa. Yeah, okay. Let's see. See, it is not exclusively short for one or the other. It serves as a casual abbreviation for both phrases. Why the distinction doesn't matter here. While ikenai literally means cannot go, implying that it's not allowed, and naranai means does not become, implying it won't do, in modern casual Japanese, the nuance between them effectively disappears when contracted. Whether the original thought was it won't do or is not allowed, the speaker simply uses shinakucha to say I gotta do it with a sense of personal urgency. So, soda kansatsu shinakucha su. Yeah. Or, that's right. Uh, we, uh, we have to do the observations, or I have to do the observations. I think she probably means we in this case, though. Soda kansatsu shinakucha kucha. Soda kansatsu shinakucha.
だよね。
すごいんだよね。
あ、そうだ。観察しなくっちゃ。みんな頑張ろうね。地震？
Jishin, earthquake. Or the kanji is literally earth and earth, ground, and quake, shake, tremble, aka earthquake. Chigao Oh, or I don't see anything different. Wait, oh, I guess not? I thought it was gonna be Piers. Wait, let's see. Chicago's different or differ. Oh, that's right. It could also mean wrong. So it appears like a wrong, or in other words, I guess not. So resembling differ or resembling wrongness. In other words, I guess not. Chigao mitai. Chigao mitai.
何か大きなものが落ちたような音がしましたわ。
何か大きなものが、何か
大きなものが落ちたような音がしましたわ。
let's see. 落ちたような音がしましたわ。So, somehow, big thing coming down way sound. So the sound of a big thing coming down occurred. So somehow there was the sound of a big thing coming down. Let's see, it sounded like something big had fallen. Oh yeah, that's right, fallen makes more sense, yeah, so... Yeah, instead of coming down, fallen, so... Ochita, to fall, to drop. To crash, to collapse. So chidu, intransitive. So a big thing falling. Sound has occurred. Okay, so 何か大きなものが落ちたような音がしましたわ。Oh no, Nanika is not somehow. It's Nanika is something. Wait, what? Wait a moment. Let's see. In this sentence is Nanika supposed to be somehow or something. So something, specifically an unspecified or indefinite sound, not somehow. It functions as an because they have other ways of saying somehow. So it functions as an indefinite pronoun modifying that the implied nature of the sound, meaning a sound like something big fell. So something got. What does Nanika modify? Yeah, because you're already saying thing with mono, so why is Nanika in here? Nanika modifies the entire clause that follows it. Okina mono ga ochita yona. As if a big object fell. Specifically, it functions as an indefinite pronoun acting as a subject of the embedded clause. So Nanika blah 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 ga ochita scope. It does not modify just the noun mono directly, which would require nanikano. Nor does it modify shimashita. Instead, it specifies the unknown agent within a simile or a sound as if within the simile a sound as if something big had fallen. So let's see. Okinamono would be okay. So okinamono ga ochita yo would be something big had fallen. acting as the subject of the embedded clause. Wait. Wait, I thought the subject would be okina mono. So, it functions as an indefinite pronoun acting as a subject of the embedded clause. Nani ka something something ga ochita. But I thought the subject is okina na mono. Scope. It does not modify just the noun mono directly, which would require nani ka no, nor does it modify the verb shimashita. Instead, it specifies the unknown agent within, okay, a sound as if or something big has fallen. If it were modifying the noun mono directly at some kind of big object, the grammar would typically be nani ka no okina mono. Since it's just nanika, it emphasizes the uncertainty of the subject. Wait. It emphasizes the uncertainty of the subject performing the action or following with the comparison. Oh, so we're saying okina mono is the subject, but we're not entirely sure that it actually is the subject. So nanika gives us the nuance that we only thinking that this is the subject. So what kind of something? It's a big thing something. Yeah, I guess you could have other subjects causing the sound. So the only reason nanika is here is because we don't know for sure if okina mono is the real subject. Yes, that is correct. The primary reason nanika is used instead of just okina mono is to explicitly mark the subject as an unknown or unidentified to the speaker. Uncertainty. The speaker heard a noise that resembled a large object falling, but they did not see the object. Therefore, they cannot definitively state a large object fell. Hypothetical subject. By saying nanika, the speaker creates a hypothetical subject. It sounded like something unspecified failed. Contrast. So okina mono ga ochita yo na oto, a sound like a large object fell, could imply the speaker knows it was a large object or is describing the quality of the sound. Nani ka okina mono ga ochita yo na oto sounded like something unknown large fell, emphasizes that the identity of the falling thing is a mystery. So nanika modifies the entire okina. Okina mono, and not just mono. Yes, that's correct. Nanika modifies the entire noun phrase okina mono, not just mono. It functions as an indefinite determiner of the whole concept of big object, the meaning of some big object or some kind of big object. So instead of saying big object, we're saying some kind of big object or something big object. So, nani ka okina mono ga oshita yo na oto ga shimashita wa. So there was a sound like some kind of big object fell.
Nani ka大きなものが落ちたような音がしましたわ。
Dobutsu tachi no. I know that's the kanji for like growl sounds or animal sounds. Let's see. Naki goe from naku. Let's see, cry of an animal. Yeah, naku, I believe that is to make a sound of an animal. So like a roar, or basically any kind of animal sound is a naku. So a naki goe is the voice of animal sounds essentially. So animal voices essentially, or animal growls, whatever you want to call the sound. So dobutsu tachi no naki goe. Naki goe again. Hoeru koe o goe? To bark, to howl. Would that be considered part of the word or not? Okay, it seems to think it's two separate words, so it's hoeru koi. So bark, howling. Oh, so to yell, to shout. So what is the difference between hoeru and naku? Okay, what is the difference between hoeru and naku? Primary difference lies in the type of sound and animal making it. Hoeru specifically refers to barking and is used mainly for dogs, as well as large carnivores, okay, like bears and lions. It conveys a loud, aggressive, or shouting noise. Naku is a broader term for making sound used for birds, cats, and small animals. While it generally covers softer or non-aggressive vocalizations, it also is used for dog yelps and whines, particularly when the dog is in pain or distress. So essentially, Hoeru is sort of for like not as aggressive animal sounds, and I mean Hoeru is for the more aggressive animal sounds, and Naku is for the not as aggressive animal sounds. So a roar or a bark or an intense bark would be a Hoeru, while a bird call or a dog's whimper would be considered a Naku. So, hoeru koi. Let's see. Karasu no nakigoe. Karasu's crow. So a crow's call. Karasu no nakigoe. Let's see. Kodomotachi, let's see. Oesu, oesu. Heave ho, oesu. Oesu. Okay, so.
そういえばケロちゃんは
そういえばケロちゃんは so if you say that, or as it's being used here, speaking of which, as if you just got hit with a realization. So if you say that, or speaking of which, what about Kiro-chan? So そういえばケロちゃんは
そういえばケロちゃんは今日は留守番。そういえばケロちゃんは今日は留守番。今日は
今日は留守番 caretaking, house sitting, house watching. So detain, fasten, halt, stop. Tomeru? Yeah, that's different kanji. Let's see, guard, protect, Mamoru, and then turn, number in series. So basically think of like turn the guard. Turn the guard and hold, in other words, house sitting or caretaking at the house or staying at home. Rusuban. 今日は留守番 or today he's staying at the house.
そういえばケロちゃんは今日は留守番。
うめき声 groan, moan, moaning, umeki, which comes from umeku, to moan, to groan. So a groaning voice, essentially. Umeki goe.
そういえばケロちゃんは今日は留守番。
So 今日は oh. Okay.
ケロちゃん ケロちゃん。ケロちゃん。すごいねゾウ。
すごいね、Zo. So it's amazing, the elephant.
ケロちゃん。すごいねゾウ。本当？レポートかけた？ゾウ、本当？レポートか。
Reporto, kaketa. So, were you able to write the report? Reporto, kaketa. Reporto kaketa.
すごいねゾウ。本当？レポートかけた？もうちょっと。
Mochoto, just a little more time. Gambatte ne. Do your best.
本当？レポートかけた？もうちょっと。頑張ってね。
Akubi. Or aku. Yeah,
ケロ
akubi.
ちょっと。頑張ってね。
Yeah, Kubi yawning.
やっと気づいてくれた。やっと気づいてくれた。
Yattoki zuite kureta. Let's see. Let's see. Mind, spirit, suku or zuite, so attached mind. Oh, realize, that's right. So yatto kizuite kureta. So you gave, at last you gave realizing. In other words, at last you noticed. Yatto kizuite kureta. Yatto. Let's see. In this, where is Yatto from? Because isn't it normally said as Yatta? Well, no, that would be I did it. So, but he's not talking about what he did. Let's see. Yato originates from the Japanese adverb yato, or its older spelling yoyaku. It is derived from the noun ya, meaning barely or just, combined with the explanatory to. Its primary meaning in this context, at last or finally, indicating an action or event happened after a long wait or effort. Barely, nearly, indicating that something was achieved with difficulty. So, yatto kizuite kureta, you finally noticed me. Let's see. So, they said it's from yoyaku. Yoyaku. combined with the explanatory particle to, yoyaku or yatto. Is this the same to as the quoting to? Wait, yoyaku is an adverb, so yoyai, is that a word? Yoyai? No, okay. No, the to in yato is not the same to as the quoting particle. While they share the same character, they serve different grammatical functions. In yato, the to functions as an adverbial marker. It attaches to the root, likely a shortened form of yoyaku or ya, to convert it into an adverb meaning finally or barely. This is similar to how to works with mimetic or adverbial words like yukuri, though this uses ri. The to variant, the to variant of yukuri to exist or chanto, quoting to. So, is this to like how ni makes a keiyoshi into not keiyoshi, but keiyodoshi into an adverb? Master intuition is partially correct, but the key distinction is how the particle functions compared to ni. With to and yato functions similar to how ni turns keiyodoshis into an adverb, and that both particles mark the manner or state of an action. The adverbial ni attaches to a na adjective, shizuka to shizuka ni, so quiet, quietly, to indicate how an action is performed. Adverbial to attaches to a mimetic word, onomatopoetic, or certain nouns, yukuri, so yukuri to, slowly, okay, or yoyaku, aka yato, to indicate the manner or resulting state. So ni attaches to show how an action is performed, while to attaches to indicate the manner or the resulting state. Yato kizuite kureta. To notice, to realize, intransitive.
やっと気づいてくれた。ケロちゃん今日留守番するって言ってたでしょ。やっと気づいてくれた。
ケロちゃん今日ケロちゃん今日留守番するって、so ケロちゃん今日留守番する、ケロちゃん今日留守番すると言ってたでしょ。 So, Kira-chan, Kira-chan, didn't you say you were going to be staying at the house or watching the house? Or Kira-chan, didn't you say you were going to be staying at the house today? Kira-chan, kyo rusuban. Rusuban. Okay, so Kira-chan, kyo rusuban surut iteta desho. And this particular desho is the which use of desho is it's used to confirm a fact that the speaker believes the listener already knows or should agree with. Unlike the conjecture use predicting the future, this usage relies on shared knowledge. The speaker is reminding the listener of a previous statement. Kira-chan said that he was staying at home, right? This corresponds to the N5 level usage, where desho is used with rising intonation to ask for the listener's assent to verify information. So, is this like saying I thought, or is there another implication? No, it's not exactly like saying I thought. While both express assumption, there is a distinct difference in implication. Tomota focuses on the speaker's internal belief. It often implies the speaker is realizing something new or correcting a previous assumption. I thought he was staying at home, but maybe he isn't. Desho focuses also on shared knowledge or confirmation. The speaker isn't just stating their own thought. They're asking the listener to agree with the fact that the speaker believes the listener knows. How does this compare with just using des? See. So, and I expect you to remember it and agree with this show, okay? It functions as a rhetorical question. You know this, right? Let's see. Well, that's how you use I thought in English, rhetorical question. Oftentimes, let's see. With this show, Kira-chan said he was staying at home, right? Seeks agreement confirmation. Speaker assumes the listener knows the information and is asking. You remember this too, don't you? Des. Okay, grammatically incorrect. Use des there. It would be imasta, okay? So with just a four more ending, it says a neutral declaration of fact. It simply reports what happened without asking the listener's opinion or confirmation. So Kira-chan, Rusuban. Kira-chan, kyo Rusuban surete iteta desho?
やっと気づいてくれた。ヘロちゃん今日留守番するって言ってたでしょ。ヘロちゃんやっと 今日留守番するって言ってたでしょ。
やっと気づいてくれた。
ケロちゃん、
質問がありますか? Do you have any questions? If not, we're gonna raid, so please stick around for that. Who's available to raid? Hmm. Okay, so I don't know, it's taking a while to find someone to raid. Okay, IKG is drawing and we're gonna raid her. This is gonna be the first raid. Second raid is gonna be we're gonna raid Tai827 who's learning French. And let's see, for the last raid, we're going to raid a Hats who's playing Stellar Blade. The third raid. So, 皆さんお気をつけて。また明日。Goodbye everyone. See you tomorrow.